Well, welcome. Today we have a special guest, our head teacher, Mrs Boyd, who has kindly taken the time out for our interview.
Thank you very much.
How are you today?
I'm very well this morning, thank you very much, Matthew.
Are the rumours true? Are you going to be leaving the school?
Oh well. Well, the rumour's kind of true, like most rumours around here. I am leaving, but I'm only stepping out for a short time. I'm going out on secondment, well, I suppose a football player going out on loan during the season. But I am coming back. I'm going out for 6 months, starting at the Easter holidays, and I should be back for Newman Week in October.
Where will you move to when you are away?
For the next 6 months, I'm going to be doing a job for the government, and it's about setting up a new approach for teachers so that teachers can continue to be upskilled, reskilled, and develop their leadership, develop their teaching and learning skills all the way throughout their profession. And my job for the next 6 months is to develop a kind of virtual college for educational leadership for teachers in Scotland, and it'll be based in Glasgow.
What will you do when you are away?
Well, I'll miss you. Of course I'll miss you all. It'll be strange, and but I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be exciting. Over the last 6 or 7 years in Scotland, the quality of teaching education has been very good for people who are coming into the profession at the start of the teacher training. But we do need to do some work now about making ongoing, career-long learning for teachers. We need that to be better quality, and I've got an opportunity to shape that, so that's quite exciting.
So who will take your job over when you're away?
Well, when I'm out the next 6 months, Mr Snee will be acting head teacher, and I've got every confidence in Mr Snee in being able to lead the school. He will be accessible to staff, to parents, to pupils. Everyone knows him, everyone knows that he is a safe pair of hands, but he's also creative and he's innovative. So I have full expectation that when I come back in 6 months, I won't be coming back to something that has stood still, coming back to a school that's continuing to grow and continuing to thrive.
Right, how do you feel about leaving the school?
I'm a bit nervous actually. I've been doing this job for 10 years. And it's going to be a bit strange, and I wish I wasn't saying this now to camera, but being a head teacher of a school, it's a bit like kind of running your own kingdom. You know, kind of what you say goes. Very few people kind of argue with you. You don't really have to ask anybody's permission for anything. So I suppose the kind of personal sense, going into a different environment when I'm kind of working to officers of the government and having to ask, would it be all right if I went to that meeting, or, you know, I might go and do this today. It'll be strange. In a kind of personal sense, I suppose it's like all of you, you know, moving from third year, going into the senior phase, you're wondering what it'll be like, what will those courses be like, you know, or anybody leaving school, what kind of job will I get? Adults are the same. Change is, it can be scary, but it's also something to kind of look forward to. I wouldn't have gone to do it if it had been a kind of permanent kind of move, because I don't think that's the kind of job I would like to see out the rest of my working life in. I like working in a school, I like working with a range of teachers, I like working with a variety of what happens in school, and I like working with young people. It keeps you young.
You were talking about change. Our next question, do you think there'll be any changes to the school when you're away?
Well, I hope so. I hope so. As I say, I've been here as head teacher for 10 years. We've had success in those 10 years. But schools are successful schools, and this isn't successful schools, need to continue to thrive. And the only difference in the next 6 months, I suppose, that will be visible to people will be the fact that I'm not here in this office, that someone else is. But you know what? This is a really good school because the people who are in it, we all share the same ideals, we share the same values, and we're always looking for the best for our pupils. And I have no doubt, because that's the ethos we have, because of that's the values and ethos that will drive Mr Snee, then they'll continue to drive the school. And I hope when I come back, in fact I'm confident that when I come back there'll be some new scheme devised across the school, there'll be some new courses, there'll be some change to uniform, or there'll be some change to the curriculum that has been developed in the school and led by teachers. because that's just the kind of place.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what is your main reason for leaving?
Sometimes about 3:30 a.m. I kind of wake up and ask myself the same question, what possessed me? And I've kind of answered that question in a roundabout way already, because I'm not leaving, I'm not leaving. I'm only stepping out for 6 months to do something that I passionately believe in, and that's about teacher education and about leadership. In Scotland, you won't know this, but within the teaching profession, we're clear about it. In Scotland, we've kind of got a crisis of leadership. The vast majority of our head teachers and senior leaders in school are all the wrong side of 55. So within the next few years, there's going to be a whole raft of people who'll be leaving the profession. It's our job as real professionals to make sure that there's good quality leaders to take our place. That's what I'm going out to do. I'm going out to set up an opportunity to develop leadership in the education community. And because it's got a beginning and a middle and it's a task with an end, I'm coming back to what I know best. I suppose the short answer is I'm going out to do that because I know I'm definitely coming back.
When you return, do you think your time away will bring any new prospects to you?
I'm always on the lookout for opportunities. Mr McGackie, who just retired at the summer, said that one of the things that we did best here, finding opportunities for adventure for people. So I'm quite sure that the 6 months that I'm out, as well as developing that leadership for teachers, I'll be making new contacts, I'll be building new networks, and every time I meet someone, particularly in the kind of education or commerce or the universities, I'll always be looking for the main chance. What can I get from them that will make a difference to the pupils here? That might mean creating a whole raft of people we can then call on over the course of the rest of the year or next year to come and work with pupils here on maybe something around science. We've done that before, or come and work with youngsters who are thinking of going to university. All the time I'll be out there. Don't you worry, I'll be looking for opportunities that I can bring back with me so that all of us benefit from that.
Do you think you'll achieve a new success during your time away?
Well, because of the task I'm going out to do is high profile and very public, the success will be, or otherwise, will be pretty evident because it's got a task. At the end of at that 6 months, I'm working with 2 other people, so a small team of 3 of us have to present to the government that model for that Scottish College for Educational Leadership. At the end of 6 months, we're then presenting, fully fleshed out, how it would be funded, how it would run, how people can make contact with it, what it would be devised to do. If that's sitting there, that'll be a success. And I think that's how it'll be judged.
How will this benefit your job?
Well, I think it benefits I think it'll benefit the job because I think it's about finding those opportunities we've talked about. And I suppose on a kind of personal, professional level, although change is scary, it's also exciting. Although I don't need a challenge. Sometimes when the stock answer to a question like that is, what be a new challenge because I've been doing this for so long? I don't need a new challenge. Every day is a challenge because I make every day a challenge because I'm always looking for something new and fresh and exciting and to be able to move forward. But I think probably for me personally, and maybe more so for the school, I think it could be quite a kind of good kind of temporary separation. An opportunity for Mr Snee to become acting head teacher. Then there's an opportunity for someone else to be acting head of S5 and S6. Then there's an opportunity for somebody else to do acting principal teacher and pupil support. So it's all that kind of knock-on effect. So each of those other individuals get an opportunity to take on a different leadership role in the school. So even that in itself is good for those individuals, but also good for the school because no one individual in a school, particularly not at Cardinal Newman, no one individual runs this. It's a collective. It's about working together, and lots of people have lots of really good ideas. There'll be opportunity for a wee bit of refresh, maybe, in the school.
What would you say is your main success at Cardinal Newman?
I think we've had lots. I don't even know if I could single out one. Over the last number of years, we've seen improved exam results. I think that's really important. We've seen a big improvement in exam results at the end of S4 and enormous, the best results we've ever had at the end of S6, and the S5 results are making steady progress year on year. So improved exam results is definitely a success. because sometimes that's how the school's judged from the outside. You know, people say, "No, what kind of school is that?" They look at exam results. So that's been a success, and that's been down to the hard work of teachers and pupils and parents and everyone kind of pulling in a direction. I suppose the successes we've had in all those other kind of areas that are about the curriculum, all those opportunities that pupils here have had to have a different kind of curriculum has been really good, where we've got the vocational courses, we've got the hospitality, we've got rural skills, the horticulture, the digital photography, all those kind of different opportunities for youngsters. And they've been successful because we've had young people do that and then go on to careers in those vocational areas, and at the same time we've had youngsters who've picked up that vocational skill but gone on to university to do something academic because of their life skills. So that kind of whole approach to the curriculum, I think, has been successful. We've won loads of awards. You know, we've won loads of awards and lots of outside kind of affirmation, like validation of the good work that we do. HMI gave us 5 excellence in our last inspection. North Lanarkshire have inspected us and agreed with what the inspectors found. We've won trophies for School Restaurant of the Year. We've won trophies for the Mainstream Language School of the Year. We've won a whole raft of awards, national and indeed some of those were international awards. But really, if you tied it all up and you just say, right, okay, cut to the chase, what's the one thing? Then I think the one thing is, I think as a school, we make a significant difference to the lives of young people. That makes a significant difference to them. Whether it's a young person who's vulnerable and needs additional help, or whether it's somebody who's really smart, really bright, and going on to do something really academic. The whole range, I think, as a school, our biggest success is making a significant difference to the life chances of our young people.
You were talking about successes for the school. Our last question is, what are your views on the new curriculum for excellence?
Love it, love it. Mad for curriculum for excellence, drive people mad about curriculum for excellence. And maybe because what we were already doing was curriculum for excellence. All the things that we had already done from the minute you walked in the door here, and even before you were here, we were doing kind of project work with teachers working with each other across the school. Maths and science were already working. We already had Connect. All those things are the kind of the pillars of curriculum for excellence we were already doing. That whole approach in PE, where PE you get 3 periods a week, so you're joining up the physical activity with a kind of health and well-being kind of approach. So new homeroom, all those things that really are the bedrock of curriculum for excellence are some of the best things that happen here in our school in terms of the curriculum. Curriculum for excellence has probably got the wrong title, and I think it scares people, but it's really just about a new way of working in classrooms, and you're in the class and the teacher's putting up the learning intentions, so you know what the lesson's going to be about. You're working in groups, you're doing cooperative learning. All those things we were doing are all part of curriculum for excellence. However, at this point in 2013, I think it's understandable for people to be a bit nervous about curriculum for excellence, because we're coming to what the football manager calls the sharp end, and that's the introduction of the new qualifications. And it's like going back to the first kind of answer here. It's all right to be scared, it's all right to be worried, but you also need to have a bit of confidence. Your teachers have never let you down, the school's never let you down, and so far SQA have been on time with all the deadlines they've set. So this time next year or 2 years from now, I don't think anybody will be asking questions about curriculum for excellence, because it'll just be what we do across the country. So excited, looking forward to seeing the proof of the pudding when it comes to your exam results at the end of 4th year. But cautious and not taking risks with other people's children, but that kind of confidence that comes across from our teachers, I think, puts us in a good place.
Well, Mrs. Bowie, thank you for spending time with us this morning, and we wish you every success at your new post.
Thanks very much.